has broken more than just Twitter. According to the Wall Street Journal yesterday, reporting the world's richest man had an affair with the wife of Google co-founder Sergey Brin, who is the 8th richest man in the world, causing that couple's marriage to break up. Elon and Sergey have been reportedly friends for decades. Elon immediately denied the allegation, calling it a character assassination, also tweeting, quote, "I've only seen Nicole twice in 3 years, both times with many other people around." Kinky. Nothing romantic. He later followed that up with, "Haven't even had sex in ages. Sigh." Who do you believe here? Here with me in studio, a co-host of Gutfeld on the Fox News channel. She's also a Fox Nation host. She is Kat Timpf. This is pretty amazing because supposedly it was a short-lived tryst, according to anonymous sources at the Wall Street Journal. You know, it's like she's attracted to billionaires.
Right, that'd be such a bummer to get busted for a short tryst. You know, you didn't even get to tryst for that long and you get busted.
Do you think Elon was just trying to get her pregnant?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's one of his hobbies. Like some people like hiking, fishing. He likes to impregnate people. This is not like, okay, a rich guy has an affair. Like, okay, like, okay, exactly. Who cares either way? I think what's interesting is the way that he denies it. Like, he is the richest man in the world. And he's like, I'm good on the publicists and people to handle this. I'm going to tweet about it myself all the live long day. Be like, because like again, that I haven't had sex in ages sigh was in reply to some random person.
Random person.
And then some other random person was like, not even on your vacation, sad face. And he replied, nope. Nope. Like what are you doing all day? He's really very into, you know, he doesn't have people drafting a statement the way the other rich guys accused of affairs normally do.
Yeah, and that's what they do. You know, they
categorically deny these allegations. Yes.
We are vigorously going to defend ourselves in court, and we will be victorious.
Yes.
So there is something refreshing about that. Also, when he says ages, I don't know if
that?
His ages and other people's ages are the same thing.
Right. Ages like years, or do you mean like a couple days?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what your usual schedule is.
You can't spell days without ages.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. And there is obviously this fascination with him because he is a fascinating person. And whenever you reach this level, you're going to have these kinds of stories written about you. Yeah. That's just how it happens.
He's richer than a lot of countries.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So do you think, is he right? Is it a character assassination, or has he just kind of lost his mind?
I think that I'm not exactly sure. I don't know whether or not he did do this. I think that character assassination, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but unfortunately is what happens when you're somebody who is a formidable part of the conversation, the way that Elon Musk is. I would bet that there are many men right at this very minute having an affair. And we don't care because they're not Elon Musk. So that's kind of part of it. And again, he's going after it himself. He's not worried about you know, having anyone else deny it for him. He'll talk to anybody about it all day long.
Yeah,
any questions, he'll answer them.
Yeah, so that was reportedly back in December. We would know if Mrs. almost former Brin were expecting twins.
Yeah, if she's not pregnant with twins, she probably didn't have sex with Elon Musk.
No, and that's how powerful his multi-billionaire sperm is.
Apparently.
Yeah, multiples.
Yeah. He doesn't just get someone pregnant once at a time. No, that's amateur. That's amateur stuff. He's way more of
that's Bill Gates stuff.
He's way more of an impregnation pro than that.
Do you think he closes the Twitter deal?
I think he might have to.
I think you're right. And I
hope he does. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I want to see, I love this kind of energy.
Yes.
Chaotic energy is where I thrive.
Oh, very good. She's our disruptor. She is Kat Timpf. Thank you, dear.
So good to see
you. Always good. And we'll watch you on Gutfeld tonight, Fox News.